Among the charges, officers are accused of falsifying documents to obtain the search warrant of her home where she was shot and killed. Then they're accused of lying to cover it up.
Prosecutors say Sergeant Cal Meany and detectives Joshua James and Kelly Goodlett knew the search warrant lacked probable cause. And they say those two detectives later conspired to cover up their lies, allegedly meeting in a garage to come up with a false story for investigators.
We allege that the defendants knew their actions in falsifying the affidavit could create a dangerous situation.
What we've been seeing on day one, y'all learning what we've been seeing was the truth. That they shouldn't have been there and that Brianna didn't deserve that.
The corruption within the Louisville Police Department was thrust into the national spotlight after Breonna Taylor's tragic and preventable death, and newly released videos recorded by officers of the 9th Mobile Division further prove that the entire department needs a major overhaul.
Hey, baby, you got change for $1? How about a drink?
LMPD officers Curt, Flynn, and Bryan Wilson terrorized civilians in unmarked police cars by throwing drinks and other things while on duty.
You might even be able to just stop.
Notice how the officers pick out their target in advance and double check that they are recording their crime, as this will be a theme going forward.
Up against the building. Don't miss.
Now, this whole controversy is nowhere near comparable to the brutality of Breonna Taylor's death, but there are glaring similarities in how the officers dehumanize us regular people and are so empowered by the badge that they feel like they can get away with anything, especially when the victims can't defend themselves without the fear of getting beaten and thrown in jail, losing their life for acting in what? Self-defense.
Right here, right here.
But I'm getting shot. He just fell down.
They are my crispy friends. Crispy friends.
Oh my God!
Other officers were in on Wilson and Flynn's antics as well, again pointing to the contempt that these supposed public servants feel towards the communities they're paid to serve. The officers' sheer brazenness in recording these videos is further evidence that everyone involved thought they could get away with it, largely due to the culture the department cultivated.
Where you want to do?
Oh, dude, this is so good. He's going to see it coming too. Ready?
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Oh my God.
That's the fam! Sup, fam? I missed him.
As reported by the Courier-Journal, all the videos were recorded between August 2018 and September 2019, and we are almost certainly just scratching the surface with what we've seen thus far. The Courier-Journal would report also that at least 24 instances of unprovoked civilian attacks were reported during this time, with the majority occurring in Louisville's West End, a predominantly black neighborhood.
Here.
Around 4 years after these videos were taken, Flynn and Wilson are no longer with the force, after both were charged and sentenced to prison for conspiring to violate the civil rights of Louisville citizens, with Flynn serving 3 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release, while Wilson's legal issues are much darker than throwing drinks at people, since Wilson also was hit with a conspiracy to commit cyberstalking charge for stealing compromising photos and videos of women and using said material to extort his victims into sending him even more comprising material. At least 25 known victims came forward, with one of them telling local outlet WDRB that Wilson threatened to send pictures and videos list to the schools she worked at, as well as family members and friends. She then filed a civil suit against Wilson. Earlier this year, 4 more officers were suspended without pay for knowing about and failing to report Flynn and Wilson to the department's supervisors. Those officers are Sergeant Kevin Casper and detectives John Benzing, Bo Gattagard, and Joseph Howell, all getting a slap on the wrist for humiliation the victims of Flynn and Wilson were subjected to. Wilson reportedly would settle the suit. The LMPD also apparently didn't take the victim's allegations seriously until she went to local outlet WAVE, who confirmed other reporting that Wilson hacked into at least 25 other women's social media accounts.